Joining me this week is a fairly new face on the scene, Fraksu. He's been creating an Ironman series on YouTube and puts a lot of effort in including some masterful memes in his videos.
This fucking line I take. I'm like, yeah, baby, let's fucking do this.
He's on the journey to Prifddinas, and his endgame PVM is a vision waiting to be reached. He's been smashing out God Wars 1, and recently, as we all have, been playing a bit of Archaeology. He's also looking into getting into the guide videos. He's recently released a sheep herder mini quest guide, which quite a unique little thing. In this interview, we're going to talk all about his time in Runescape, his favourite boss, NPC and quests, the normal questions. And we're also going to cover how he creates such relevant references throughout his content, his productions outside of YouTube, and many other topics. So join me as I head into the mind of Fraksu.
We have to do the puzzle again.
Hello, Mr. Fraksu. How you doing?
Subscapers. I'm doing all right. How are you doing, John?
Well, it's early. This is the earliest I've ever recorded one of these, so I'm still waking up.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like 1 p.m. here. I woke up at like 5 a.m.
Yeah, see, I've done a lot of these with people in America, so it's a lot of late nights for me, for some of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Have you ever done like an interview sort of thing before, or?
Not like this. Like, not in the video format, but like face to face in real life.
Yeah, but nothing on your RuneScape or any other media stuff you've done.
Nah, man.
So
in the beginning.
In the
Humble beginnings.
Well, what was your beginning with RuneScape?
I just wanna say in the beginning that I'm wearing this scarf to kind of. I don't want to reveal my full face at the moment, but I wanted to include the webcam, so it would be better than a picture, like more lively.
See a bit more reaction, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and you'll get more out of this, in my opinion, like this. But I got into RuneScape like at school when I was like 7 or 8, and it was like it was through Miniclip. Some guys started playing it at our school, and slowly everybody kind of converted to play the RuneScape, and we were competing between levels. And one of our guys at school got to, was it 60 woodcutting, the Jews that you can chop. And it was like crazy money making method at that time. And the most popular spot was near the Grand Exchange, near the Warrock Castle. So it was like there was always like 6 to 8 people woodcutting there.
Hidden around the back of the castle. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And nobody's there now.
No. Yeah, I remember, I think picking flax was what I did when I played for those few months in 2007,
games.
like Hatherby, just running.
Oh no.
Oh, it's so long ago.
Yeah, time flies fast, man.
So anyway, where did the username, where did Fraksu come from?
It's quite a story actually. Since you saw the acoustic foam back there,
Yeah.
I have it kind of all around this room. I am a music producer since 2011, and I used to. I had to make up a name for myself, and I was thinking about something that would relate to me that has happened in the past, and I actually named myself School of Fracture because when I was 7 or 8 as well, I used to draw at school every moment I could. And I don't know why, but I was into drawing skulls and skeletons. So the school fracture came from that because one of my friends was really good at drawing, and he was like teaching me to draw the little details into the skeletons and skulls, and that's where the school fracture came from. And I had been making music for a year or two, and then I realized when I was googling around a little bit more that there was a metal band called School Fracture, and
Mm.
then I was like, and I really didn't want to keep the name. I wanted it to be like unique. So uh, my nickname is Aksu, and I really combined the fracture and Aksu, so it's Fraksu. And
Combine the two elements, and yeah, it rolls off the
yeah,
tongue quite nicely. It certainly fits the unique thing as well. So that was your
yeah,
like music producer name, and then you just used it throughout stuff as well.
yeah. It's kind of tricky because if you search it on YouTube, it was before all the music stuff, and now the Runescape.
So it all gets combined into one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have separate channels, but I don't know how to feel about that.
So, since you were 7 or 8, have you been playing pretty much constantly, or has it been obviously as life takes its twists and turns? So does games.
Uh, well, I've always played to relax because I'm I'm like always doing stuff, and I have hard time like just staying still and relaxing or tuning into anything. I'm like when I wake up, uh, I get up straight away, and uh, I usually feel like cleaning the house when it's really messy, but I have to keep myself down because the neighbors are sleeping still, and
6 a.m. Ah!
but yeah, RuneScape has always been like a way to relax for me, and yeah, I don't know what to add. Do you have anything on mind?
Yeah, so I mean, have you played like many other games as well, or has RuneScape been sort of the mainstay?
Um, I've had uh, lots of breaks, and they have usually been like a year or two, and I've played other games during that time, but I always come back to RuneScape.
What's your favorite like other game? Would you say? What's the go-to?
uh, do you mean like in the past or at the moment?
Both. I'll go like favorite of all time, apart from RuneScape, obviously.
Uh, Back in the day, Guild Wars 1.
Okay.
It was really popping. It was like a battle between World of Warcraft and Guild Wars 1. And it had such a good. Um, there were like builds you can make from different skills. There was always 8 skills you can pick with you when you go out on an adventure. And so there was like build crafting between the
Hmm.
skills, and you had to manage your energy to use the skills. And it was such a good team working kind of game. But during the years, it's slowly like faded away, and not many people play it anymore.
Well, yeah, because obviously the sequel came out what, like
Y-
2012, something like that,
Yeah,
around that.
something like that. It's very well made, but it kind of lost its spirit, which people loved about the first one.
Yeah. Times
Uh,
change.
yeah, I think they were trying too hard to make like how do I say it? Like a MMO that is compared to these days standards,
Right.
like
Okay.
graphics wise, and yeah.
So kind of
And
like RuneScape with old school, and to an extent, like you
uh,
see where I'm coming from with that.
yeah, well, it's really complicated to
Yes.
point
Yeah.
what went wrong, but yeah,
Yeah. To an extent, the leaving of the original stylings and mechanics, I
yeah,
suppose.
yeah, the spirit of the
Yeah.
game.
So what was your first 99?
Uh, well, when I started playing, I really just messed around, and I wasn't like going for 99. It was insanity if you
Yeah.
said that sort of stuff out loud back in the time. But uh, I had a couple years of break uh, after the young age, and I actually uh, I came back after EOC. Hold up, let me think. Let me think. Before EOC, I came back to the game, and I didn't actually like the old combat system back in that time. I was more of a skilling type of account,
hmm
even though I was playing as a main. And I came back to the game. I made a whole new character, and I wanted to make it a skiller. So it was all the combat stats was one,
Yeah.
and I just loved it during that time because I didn't want to bother with the combat, and I went ham with the skilling, and I actually got 99 cooking as my first one,
hmm
and uh, I just remember how it was actually exciting to cook lobsters in the rogues den because there was I think I made a little bit of profit that way,
hmm
and it was like 200k XP an hour, which was like insane
Yeah.
with the killer restrictions, and when you didn't have that much money anyway to use.
And I assume have you maxed over the years?
uh, it's I'm 90% maxed on my main, and I just lost interest.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember if the last 99 on my main was fishing, but I actually rage quitted the game at fishing because it I don't know.
See, I quite
It
liked
was
fishing. It was quite. Well, I mean, I've done it fairly recently, so I had like the waterfall fishing and then the deep sea fishing hub, which I thought was a
yeah,
really nice area, like just
yeah.
to be in as well.
It's a nice place, but uh, I think it's when you get those 99s and you have just a few left, the feeling of what am I gonna do when I max starts to lurk in
Mm.
like slowly, and you're kind of feeling it.
Yeah, it's
I
like
don't know.
I should delay this just so I still have
Yeah,
something to do in the game.
yeah, it's kind of scary. Like
mm.
when you begin or you're in the middle of it, you're kind of starting to realize that I'm about to max. This is possible, and I don't know how to call that feeling.
It's the anticipation of having nothing to do. I don't know.
Mm,
Yeah, I don't know how to describe it really, but I could, yeah, understand
yeah.
that. So, what do you reckon your last 99 will be then? Because you're going to max at some point, surely.
I don't think I will actually max the main account,
Yeah.
but I'm going for the Ironman. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be agility.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not on my main either.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, for me, I just used the Silverhawk feathers. I just literally was
Yeah.
converting all my keys into oddments and just doing Silverhawk feathers. I mean, to be fair, I did do a fair bit of Anachronia. I unlocked the codex through doing laps and stuff, so
Yeah.
I've done a bit. Not a great time, but I don't know.
Well,
That course is a lot more fun than most of them, though.
yeah,
It's a lot more.
exactly. Actually, talking about keys, on my main, I started to like questing because of the reward always gave like 2 keys, or was it one? And I was always like, agility, let's go, agility.
Just get it done, yeah.
Yeah, and that was really the main motivation to go with the quests.
So
And
you're not a fan of quests then, or?
uh, I wasn't on my main, but it has changed completely on Ironman. I don't know how, but it's like so much more rewarding. And when you basically, I got Questcape on my main, so I kind of know what's going on. And now that I have done it once, I kind of know what to expect,
Hmm.
and I'm taking it easier now.
Do you think part of it's having to get all the items for the quest yourself rather than being able to buy them? Do you think that adds to the rewarding factor of it?
Uh, yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
Rather than literally bringing up the list of quest items, going to the GE, typing them in and picking them up, actually going out and searching for them makes the reward at the end that much more.
Yeah, exactly. And some of the rewards are useful on Ironman compared to Mainscape account.
Yeah, very true. So, what would you say your favourite quest is? Have you got one?
Um, it kind of changes all the time, but at the moment, I think it's the dimension of disaster because it's like, uh, can you have you done it? Do you know?
I haven't done it yet. That's one I've got left to do. I've got 320 or so quest points, so
Oh, nice,
yeah, not too
nice.
far off.
You'll get there. But it's like the Varrock transforms into a very edgy and dark place, and the aesthetic of the whole town just changes completely. And the quest isn't just one quest, but it's like combination of 5
So
parts.
kind of like Recipe for Disaster has all the little mini parts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And it's just so cool looking, and everything just feels awesome.
So, and a favorite like NPC from a quest or like just in game around the world?
I'm not sure if anybody has said this previously, but Gnome Child. Such a legendary NPC, man.
Okay.
So many games about that.
Well, I think 2 weeks ago, Dark World Order, I think it was him, said the wood cutting bots. So we're on brand.
Yeah.
So, what would you say your favourite boss is? Are you much into your combat now? Because you said obviously you used to be very skill
Uh,
focused.
I actually, when EOC came out, I when they started to fix it around and make it an option to toggle the revolution mode, I started slowly like learning it and actually to like it more. And I yeah, I could really say that I enjoy combat more than before. I think it's really unpopular opinion, but what can you do?
Um, I don't know. I think most of the people that play that are still playing now have kind of adapted to the combat and enjoy it. Like myself, I
Yeah,
find it one of the most sort of interesting aspects of the game with all the different abilities and stuff. I can see how new
Yeah,
players could be put off by having so much just shoved at them,
yeah, exactly.
which is why I was quite glad that Revolution existed because it was just nice. Oh, you just put them on
Yeah,
there and it does it on its own. It was, yeah, it's very handy.
yeah. But the so I started bossing, and I'm really a big fan of doing the achievements that are like kill 1, kill 5, kill 25, kill 100,
Yep.
and that way you are getting a good introduction to different bosses. And on my main, uh, Araxi was my favorite
Yeah.
because it has some mechanics, but it's good money maker, and I don't know, it just feels satisfying to get through the different phases and collecting the spider leg pieces, and that moment when you finally get the whole leg, and there's always the broadcasts about getting the leg piece, and oh man, it's so great. Like
Yeah. Last
when
night I finished a leg. It was so good.
oh hell yeah,
Yeah, noxious stuff, 150 mil. It's weird.
yeah boy.
I mean, I could have probably done Big Game Hunter for the same amount of time and earned like 3 times that with Dragonmatics, but let's ignore that for
Yeah.
now.
Skip that.
Yeah, no, I like. I'm definitely a fan of Raxi as well. It's
Oh
fun
hell
boss.
yeah.
I love just how you've got the different paths, and
Yeah,
whenever you go to
exactly.
it, unless you've looked it up, you're never sure quite what challenge you're going to have. It's a
Yeah.
nice thing. So I suppose let's, as I touched on Dragonmatics, have you done much archaeology?
I stopped at 50 because um, I don't know, man. It's an awesome skill, but I wanna do all certain different stuff at the moment because if I would be maxed, I would just go straight away 99 on that one. But there's so many different stuff to do and show at the moment that it's not really like I don't want to do that at the moment.
I know your current goal on the Ironman's Prif, pretty much, isn't it? That's the.
Uh,
Would you say?
Prif, Quest Cape,
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much, and some high-end bossing like Araxi. That
Mm.
would be awesome.
What equipment do you reckon you're gonna go for your first Raxi kill?
Well, at least Royal Crossbow, but I'm not actually sure about the range armor.
Yeah,
Maybe I have to do like God Wars Dungeon 1 and just farm the Armadillo full
just to be
set.
safe. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna take another couple of days to just grind the hell out of those.
I mean, you got a ton of criddle stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I 600 kills and I got the full set.
It's not bad going.
It's really decent.
Yeah.
But I was using the kiting method. Do you know that?
Literally just
So
running.
yeah,
Very
it's
intensive. Yeah.
I my keyboard is a mechanical one and it's kind of loud, and I was getting the clips in between doing that, and it was like, yeah, I can do this, yeah, yeah. I could have recorded after that and dubbed over it, but it's the heat of the moment that is special,
It
in my
adds to it.
opinion.
Yeah. Did you get
Yeah,
many duplicates before you got the full set or not?
just a couple. I was really lucky there. But it was like I went try for like the first 400 kills on the subjugation pieces, and then they just started dropping and dropping, and I kept yelling and yelling.
So, have you got a favorite moment so far on the Iron Man?
um, I can't really say one single moment, but it's like discovering the stuff that you have never done. For example, the Tears of Kha'Zix quest. There's the what is that?
I'm not actually sure, but it was quite loud.
Your neighbors are like, go
might-
back to bed.
It might be the bins, actually. I think the bins were due out today.
It's all right. But the cool things on Iron Man have been like when I was doing the Tears of Gothic's quest, there is this part when you need to make the lantern and you have to make lamp oil. And I didn't know it even existed. So it was the place near the Remington, I think. Yeah, there's the uh, there's the laboratory place.
Where you have to like distill tar for one of the quests and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And I needed to take like a swamp tar, and I took swamp paste, and it didn't work. Just like little things like those. Yeah.
Yeah, little moments that you don't expect.
Yeah.
So, is there one thing that you would change about RS3 at the moment?
That's really tricky question. Oh man. But to not go too overboard, I would say that I would like to hide overrides for like they would still be on, but you couldn't see what everybody's wearing, so it would be the game armor that they have currently on them. In my opinion, it would kind of bring the spirit a little bit back, but I do realize that people pay for their outfits and it brings money to the game, so it's tricky.
I mean, if you want that, just go and live in the wilderness, right?
Yeah,
There you go. Well, Jewel Arena, sorted.
Hell yeah! So that's only Iron Man.
Yeah, no, I saw there was a post on Reddit the other day about stuff like having specific worlds where it's all.
That's actually dope.
Which would be like a good idea, I think, because then people that don't want to see the stuff wouldn't have to.
Yeah.
But it still has that market for the fashionscape, basically.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. And another thing would be do you have the game sounds on?
Sometimes I do. When I'm doing quests, I like to have them on.
Yeah.
But for a lot of the stuff, not really. Like if I'm chopping a tree, I don't really want to hear the wood cutting sound for a few hours. It's a little bit grinding. Yeah.
Yeah. But have you heard the familiar sounds? Like a cat in the background when you're at the same place and you just hear meow.
Very distracting. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes me. Oh my god! So it would be awesome if you could disable the familiar sounds,
just as a separate option. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's not that talked about because a lot of people just disable the game sounds overall and just like play music in the background and
and do whatever, which I can understand. Like I said, for me, I don't have game sounds on all the time because it does get a bit repetitive, the amount of time you spend in certain areas. So have you played old school at all, or because you were playing back in the day, you kind of don't see much of a need for it?
Well, I have played as a main and as an Iron Man, and I have like I played for a couple of months, and I was really like, let's go to old school and throw RS3 away or something like that. But it's really way more grindy, which is the turn off for me. Like there's so many different things in RS3 that are like refreshing the grind.
Yes, so
Uh,
you're not stuck in one place for hours and hours and hours, I guess.
yeah, but
It's
OSRS still has its spirit, and it's really charming, and there's more population in that game, and I just don't know. It's really grindy.
just
But
takes
I
so
do,
long to get any levels.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm not like trash talking it. It's just those two games are so different.
It's just a completely
There's,
different style, yeah.
yeah, there's something bad and something good about both of them.
So, what other hobbies have you got if you've got any time? I mean, at the moment everyone's kind of got loads of spare time, but what's your other stuff you do?
Yeah. Um, well, I'm pretty much on a break uh, about music, and I mostly do the RuneScape video stuff. But uh, I do enjoy reading about psychology,
Okay.
like learning how the human mind works in its mysterious ways, the good and bad sides, and I'm really interested about why people do certain things, like what's the thought process behind.
How does their brain actually come out with that
Yeah,
as the
brains.
right conclusion? Yeah.
Yeah, brains. How do they work? But aside from that, I watch a lot of YouTube, and yeah, it's keeping me busy to kind of keep up with everybody, like um, and the community
hmm
and real life. I really, I would love to give everybody the same attention, but since there's the video recording and editing, it's really hard to balance everything.
And it
But
takes a long time. The editing process. I know it
yeah,
can take a long time.
yeah, it's a work in progress.
So, who do you watch on YouTube? Who's your like go-to people, both RuneScape and like outside of it?
Uh, I don't know. There's so many. I don't know where to begin. Well, it's like when I didn't make videos, I used to watch a lot more stuff. And now that I make videos, I have had to make the decision to like not watch everything.
Yeah.
But
So who uploads and you would never want to miss their video, I guess. If you see an upload, you just click it straight away.
oh, oh, hmm, oh God. Well, I pretty much have my favorite Aras YouTubers that I constantly watch. Well, my crew,
hmm
obviously. He's just his work ethic is crazy. He's always consistent. And Protox, I really
Yep.
like his funny moments and when he gets out of the guide character. And you can
Yes.
see a little bit more human about him, his real reactions.
Yeah, no, I've been watching his streams recently because I know he's been doing that a little bit more, and they're
Yeah,
good fun.
exactly. And I really like Tonix, how he's like, obviously, English isn't his first language, so uh, he can't speak it so fluently, but he's trying his best, and
Mm.
it's really, I just respect.
And he's definitely like because he's been doing a lot more streaming recently as well. Whenever I tune
Yeah,
in, it seems like he's becoming a lot more natural as well. I've
yeah,
noticed it's good.
yeah.
Crazy the amount of things this game can do for people.
It's just good. And yeah, Dark World Order,
Yeah.
pretty much DBO, the big boss. Oh, it's awesome how he is like he has the perspective of if you would just start an Ironman and you have no idea what to do because all the methods are so different. So he's going really in depth about what he's doing, and it's really well paced. It's not too slow or not too fast.
Yeah. Yeah, and each video has kind of a different theme as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that something that you try to do as well? Like, have each video have like a narrative through it, or?
When I started making the Ironman episodes, I had the perspective of I'll just play and recording and editing comes after that. And it was more like showing the results, and the progress was very fast paced.
Mm-hmm.
But when DVO started contacting me and we had some conversations, it changed my perspective to put the video editing as the primary thing and the gaming second.
Yeah, so
Because,
the editing makes you stand out almost.
well, I mean, like I'm making the videos for others to enjoy rather than me enjoying playing and showing the results I've done.
Yeah.
So, but I still do like playing the game, but the primary thing is that it's watchable, as enjoyable as possible.
So obviously you do that through including quite a lot of memes and various things.
Yeah.
How do you come up with like some of them? Like, what was it the other day? There was one I commented on. It was the GoldenEye speedrun. How did you think of that?
I have no idea. It's just I'm editing and I'm in the state of mind. I'm just laughing to myself, like, what if I did this? And then I just go in and laugh about it. And it's just, well, actually, the reason why I'm banging those videos with all those memes, when I was going for the quest cape on my main, there was this one pirate quest guide on YouTube. I don't really remember the name of it, but it had like the cinematic part of a seagull dropping a bomb. And there was this added special effect, which was, I think it was from Call of Duty, and it was like, nuclear bomb incoming! and it was so unexpected, and I just laughed my ass off, and I was like, why isn't everybody doing this?
So what do you say the biggest challenge for you with making videos is?
Definitely the editing. It's pretty much the pace of the progression, like I don't want it to be too slow or too fast. And I think that's a really lots of people struggle with that.
Yeah.
It's really hard to tell when it's going too fast or too slow when you're editing.
Yeah, especially with like if you are literally leveling a skill and that's it. It's like, do you show literally a clip of every level, or do you just skip to the point you want to go to, or because then you kind of don't get that sense of the grind, I guess, to get there, and the amount of time that's passed.
Exactly. But definitely the challenge is because the challenge is that the videos take 10 to 15 hours to edit, and I'm playing the game on the side as well, which is kind of messing up with the focus of video editing.
Yeah.
But I really don't want to like only edit, because then I'm kind of missing out on the game, like the progression. And also another thing is that when I'm editing and I have something coming up to my mind, like a bunch of different ideas, I had this one idea on the underground pass quest when the monks of Samorax are in the background talking to each other, I thought I would take a clip from some random podcast, and they would have like a conversation between each other, and I would edit the audio in a way that it feels like it's coming from really far
Yep.
away. And I was like, I want to do that. I want to do that. And I kept listening to podcasts, and then I was like, oh, this is pretty good podcast, but I cannot use it. And it took like 3 hours, and I was like, I got nothing, and I just skipped that.
It's just so much effort to go into like one tiny thing that might not even end up happening. Yeah. The rabbit hole.
Oh man. But it has gotten better.
So is there any other like type of I guess RuneScape related content you want to do in the future, like after your Ironman? Have you thought about that, or is that still way off?
I've always thought about the idea of just keeping up with the Ironman series. Like even when you max, it still goes on, because I have seen a lot of times when people max on the Ironman and there's a month or two kind of break, and then they're like, hi, I'm back, here's my bank, and you just kind of feel like you have no idea what has happened.
Completely disconnected. Yeah,
and when you watch the series, you kind of feel like you're watching a progression, and then there's the whole another leap, and you just kind of feel like you got thrown away from the spirit, or I don't know, but
just the flow of it all sort of has suddenly stopped.
Yeah,
and you've missed some chunk somewhere, but you can't find the episode number. Like,
yeah, exactly. But what I would like to do would be, I wanna make quest guys, man.
yeah.
Like I know I'm sick of it. It's the master man behind that stuff, but I would myself prefer to watch quest guides that would be like you wouldn't have to pause the video, and you can just put it to play and do the quest as the video goes on.
Yeah,
So
you literally have a list of the items you need at the start, you get them all, and then you literally play it through as they're going as well.
Yeah, exactly. So if there would be a part when you have to, let's say, pickpocket 10 times the man, most of the guides will just skip that part. But instead, I would keep it.
Yeah.
And and also doing it that way, you could see how long the quest actually takes. Well, I do know it could be a scary sight to see like a river of blood 2 hours, or something like that. But it would give a sense of what to expect.
A true actual amount of time you're gonna need to invest.
Yeah,
to get it done.
Some quest guides I have watched are like 7 minutes long, and they have taken me 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I have felt betrayed.
It's because you kind of like have to put, like you say, you have to pause, but then sometimes if you miss something, you have to go back and all that sort of thing. So.
Oh God.
Have you ever thought of mixing your music and RuneScape together?
I actually tried to make the remix of the main theme and remix of the sea shanty, but it's really not easy to listen to kind of music. It's like hardstyle and hardcore techno from. It's really popular in the Netherlands. But I have thought about making like hip hop type of remixes, like OSRS beats.
Yeah.
But it would be a time commitment, and that's really hard at the moment. because I'm pretty much all over the place.
Wow, I mean, you're uploading what, twice a week at least? Seems roughly.
I think like every 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, so that's 15 hours, so that's 3 hours a day at least.
Yeah.
Like, it's a huge amount of time.
Oof.
Yeah, sorry to scare you like that. All right, well, I think I've pretty much covered everything that I had to ask you. Thank you very much for coming on. Yeah, man.
Really?
Yeah, like, is there anything you want to add? Anything you think we missed?
God damn.
Goes
Well,
quick, doesn't it?
yeah, it felt like I just got so into it.
I mean, it's been 45 minutes.
Damn.
Yeah, flies
Well,
fast.
if you would like to invite me to anything, I might consider it.
Yeah, you want to be a challenger on the quiz show at some point?
Could be.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You reckon you could take on a comp cape owner of Spider Mash at some point?
Oh no. Oh. Well, if you're talking about quests.
All right, lovely. Well, thank you for coming on. Have you got any shout-outs you got?
Yes, I do. I have been actually thinking about this, but Happy Roo?
Happy
Roo.
I don't think I do. It doesn't ring a bell.
He made the 99 race to Archaeology. Well, race to 99 Archaeology. And it was featured on the official Runescape site. And he has been making these data-focused videos, like how many kills on average it will take to complete a collection log for a specific boss. And I love excellent math, so that's just so awesome.
Yeah,
I really like that stuff.
I do like on Reddit the data is beautiful. That subreddit is so cool.
Yeah.
Well, they've done all these. It seems like it's just TV shows on there at the moment. It was for like a day. There was just average TV show ratings in various colors, and it was a bit.
Damn.
Yeah.
We need to make RuneScape into there.
Get RuneScape by year average rating. All right. Well, thank you very much for coming on. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope everyone watching has been having fun as well. Of course, there'll be someone new same time next week. I think I know who. I'm never that good at planning, but I think I've got someone lined up. Anyway, until then, goodbye.
Bye.